touchdown with 2:17 to go. 21 straight for East Carolina as they've taken the lead on UCF. In the fourth quarter, East Carolina has scored freaky fast. Shane Carden putting up nearly 400 yards tonight. He's completed 16 of his last 17. The revenge of Redbeard, if you will, for the Pirate quarterback. And Carden leads all active quarterbacks in college football. Game-winning fourth quarter drives. Will this be number 8? That'll be up to the Pirate defense. It will not be Akins. Instead, it will be Easton, and Akins convinces him to take a knee.
Shane Carden, this offense have come alive in the fourth quarter, and the defense has been a big reason why.
Would not showed on that either. It was the 3rd and 13 where he scrambled for the first down, using his legs too. But you're right, the defense has got him back in it by getting stops, getting it back to their offense. Now they need one more.
And UCF has 2 minutes and 17 seconds to save his championship hopes, and they're going to have to go 5 yards farther after the false start.
Playing at home, excuse me, when you're an offensive lineman, they got to hear that crowd, and you get a little bit of an advantage getting off the ball. Dickey got off just a second too fast.
David, you talked about it earlier, the change in momentum, and how quickly that can happen. East Carolina seemed lifeless almost through 3 quarters. Now they're alive, and they're chasing Holman, and they hit him as he throws.
He lands on top, you're going to feel that with a 360.
And Terry's taking a break. Holman back to work. Now the pressure's all over him, and Holman's wrapped up. Second straight time they have falls back there.
Interior of the defensive line again.
Brett Presley also.
It's going to come right here. Just too much juice getting into the backfield. That time it's Presley. This entire defensive line for East Carolina, they are, as David Pollock would say.
Boy, how quickly this thing has gotten away from UCF. It's not as if they're out of it. Boy, what dire straits they're in all of a sudden. A 3rd and 20, down by 4. This fella has been dancing all night, but now with a little more gusto as his Pirates have taken the lead. And the big swamp monster, as they call him in the middle, Terry Williams.
It was a key matchup, 353 pounds, stopping the run, getting pushed, being physical, and even if it's not him showing up making the tackles, he's making a lot of the plays.
He has. He's made the ball go the other way and cut back to his defenders, but there's one thing consistent about him is he hasn't been blocked. Whether it's 2 guys, 1 guy, whether it's been his physicalness at the point of attack or his quickness getting around folks. He hadn't made my life easy on that offensive line.
Talk about this being senior night for 19 different guys for East Carolina. We've seen a big game already from Shane Carden and Justin Hardy. Let's not forget Terry Williams, also the last time he's playing here at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
This is a special class to Ruffin McNeil. Coming in when he did as East Carolina graduate, now in his 5th year as the head coach. Justin Holman trying to rally his team. He took a pretty good shot. As you see, Falls finish him off, and then Brandon Williams came in and put the headgear on him.
In 3rd and long situation, he's got to throw the football. You know that. Perryman's been his guy. In these situations, he looks for number 11. This big, tall, athletic receiver on the outside at the bottom of the screen.
Good protection. Holman almost intercepted. UCF will have 1 more chance. Brandon Williams could have all but put the game away.
That's the 2nd time East Carolina has not been able to handle the velocity of what otherwise would have been an easy interception. Holman here is just staring it down over the middle of the field. You've got a defender, Brandon Williams, who's got very good ball skills as an inside linebacker. Drop the pass, and of course you got to go for it now if you're Holman.
He's just hit 2 of his last 10, and this 4th and 20 play to keep UCF's championship hopes alive in the American Athletic Conference.
Expecting a big zone coverage, and like David mentioned, I'd be looking for Perryman, number 11, working to the middle of the field and trying to find a spot. Here he is down here.
Need 20 yards. Holman hit as he throws. He had a man for a second but couldn't connect, and East Carolina gets the stop. Fred Presley was back there applying the heat, and it looks as if Shane Carden is going to go out a winner in his final game at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
It's senior night, 19 different seniors, but a chance to beat the defending conference champion and also keep their hopes alive for their first ever back-to-back 10-win seasons. For Ruffin McNeil and this senior class and this football team, a tremendous showing here tonight.
And you're able to keep UCF from celebrating on your field for getting a share of the title. As Ruffin McNeil now 90 seconds away from victory. We haven't talked about it a lot tonight with the focus on UCF trying to get a share of the title. What about the job Memphis has done to already get in the clubhouse? And Justin Fuente's done a great job there. They already have a share of the title.
He's got to be up for some jobs, for the job he's done at Memphis. I mean, you talk about the edge they play with. I remember watching them play Ole Miss early in the season. You're like, wow. I mean, defensively, offensively turning it around. I mean, Justin Fuentes has done a heck of a job.
9-3 team. And that is exactly what East Carolina's record is going to be in 1 minute and 2 seconds. So 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. UCF is now out of timeouts. We'll see how much time they can run off with this particular play. See if they'll have to snap it on 4th down. We'll take a pretty long play to do it, and they'll try to get that with Carden running around, trying to buy time. He'll, of course, stay in bounds. And the clock will continue to wind, and we're going to be about 15 seconds left. The difference between the play clock and the game clock, and 4th down's coming.
4th down and 19.
I think we're going to see Shane run around a little bit more. East Carolina has 1 timeout left. So they just let the play clock run out and take the penalty if they use that timeout with a second to go on the play clock. And 16 seconds will remain. A 4th and 19. The yardage is negligible. Take care of the football and bleed as much of the clock as you can.
Would you try to kick a field goal here and make it a 7-point game? Because you're not going to be able to run around for 16 seconds. And UCF's going to get a shot with the ball. And this guy, I guarantee you, on a Hail Mary, he can reach the end zone from a very far point away.
So do you scramble around a little bit and throw it up as high as you can? Or do you just try to, or do you just try to convert it?
I just wonder right now if East Carolina's comfortable enough trying to kick a field goal. It's definitely not a chip shot. You don't want to risk a block, scoop, score.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, this is an interesting decision here.
And also, the other thing is, with Holman's arm, you could say run around backwards, but if you don't, you don't want to give them any yardage here. So they're sending the offense back out onto the field.
That's why I would have. I mean, personally, I would have ran it on 3rd down. I wouldn't have done that little scramble Olay thing, whatever they did.
I think what you do here, if you're East Carolina, you scramble around as long as you can, throw the ball up in the air as high as you can into the end zone, and try and take as much time off the
and
clock.
out the back of the end zone too. Carden, they're trying to get to him. Shane better be careful. Make sure he doesn't fumble the ball. Now see you've lost 10 yards. It was 65 yards from the end zone.
And Justin Holman can reach that. I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they would have been. Maybe they were afraid of Carden getting hit as he tried to throw it.
Well, East Carolina's had a tremendous pass rush the last couple snaps. So a big question now for UCF, can Holman even have the time to get this play off? But he's very, very athletic. You got to be anticipating Hail Mary here if you're East Carolina. So defensive ends need to cut the edge off for Holman. But you got some big receivers outside, Perriman being one of them at 6'3". The defense, you got to get outside or keep him in the pocket.
Holman firing to the outside, trying to get Reese. Wow. He caught it, got out of bounds. 5 seconds to go, and now you got a legitimate shot at the end zone.
And that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Take that little route, because as a defense, you want to make sure you stay deep and don't give up home run. And you got out of bounds. So that's
with no timeouts in your pocket.
now defensive ends, like you just talked about. They got to rush up the field. You can't let them scramble around outside the pocket.
So they're pressing the receivers up here.
Holman has time to unload it. He fires it high, he fires it deep. Perriman's out there, and he caught it for the touchdown! He caught it for the touchdown! UCF wins it! Rashad Perriman, 51 yards.
Wow.
And it's the ball game. The score.
What a finish for UCF to give them a share of the American title. I wrote him off, you wrote him off, and a miracle to finish the regular season for UCF.
How many Hail Marys have we seen over and over in college football? Guys in position to make plays, and they don't do it.
For the record, I did not write them off.
I did.
For the record.
Yeah, I was telling you a moment ago.
Well, by the time they got it back, you did.
The clock management, I think, for East Carolina late was very, very poor. And you've got to give UCF credit. They executed that two-play end-of-game scenario better than anybody could have. Now, look, does a great job buying the time. He puts that thing up to the moon, and he allows his receivers to get underneath it, and it's completely outplayed. Just a bad job by the secondary of East Carolina, mistiming the jumps. You cannot let a receiver get in behind you, especially a guy that's 6'3", that's made as many big plays as Perriman has.
And look at Pratt, number one, come off the goal line. Why would you come off the goal line? Stay on the goal line. Even if he catches that on the one, you hit him, you got to jump up and bat that thing down.
So, UCF, share of the conference championship, back-to-back seasons. That is a nightmare scenario.
What do
UCF, what do you think about that?
They think they have to try the extra point, and a heartbreaking finish for Shane Carden after the great rally. And Perriman with a tremendous play. It was reminiscent, even though it was reminiscent of Jalen Strong's catch for Arizona State against USC, but rather than the defender playing back and waiting on it to fall, they misjudged it going up, and you don't want to risk getting the PAT blocked. So they just take a knee, and it's over. UCF goes on the road and goes 65 yards in 10 seconds to win the game 32-30. An absolute heartbreaking finish for Ruffin McNeil and the Pirates. And Carden's had a terrific career. He'll get a chance to play in the bowl game. But Rashad Perriman making this grab.
And it's a great job of him locating the football and IDing it and avoiding defenders and getting in behind them. And then the toughest part, making the catch, because he had actually jumped first and then actually caught the ball when his feet touched the ground. That was not an easy catch. Unbelievable play by UCF to finish this game.
And everybody that plays football knows, like, it's hard when somebody's there and going to tip it and to concentrate and focus on the ball. But Perriman, great job focusing on just the football, none of the chaos that was going around him.